Look at this pollen all on your dashboard.
It's all over it's all over the back of the seat from being
What
shit.
in the world? Look at this. Jeez, man.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today I have a nice informative video for you today about all of our favorite subject, insurance. I'm in the car right now driving, trying to find me a nice spot to sit and talk so that I can really concentrate on the information that I'm providing to you guys. So I'm getting ready to pull over here in just a minute. So yeah, let's get around this curve. So I don't know about y'all, where y'all live at, but here in Virginia, spring has definitely sprung. It is so much pollen everywhere, y'all. Luckily, I don't really deal with allergies that bad, but Ali and our son Micah be catching it, you guys. Oh my goodness, so much pollen. It's outside the car, inside the car, like a nut. I got the sunroof open and you can see it just raining in. But anywho, all right guys, so before we jump into today's video, I want to give you a moment to go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so already. Like, I don't know what you're waiting for, but why not? Like, just go ahead and do it. You done? Okay. Also, if you guys are not watching to the end of the video, oh my goodness, you are missing out. We do always include the bloopers at the end, and y'all know I'm extra. Like, my bloopers be on 1,000. To me, I be cracking up. You just don't want to miss it because it's just fun, and who doesn't like fun? We are actually very close to 100 subscribers. That might not sound like a lot to y'all, but we haven't even had this channel for a month. So we're getting close to 100 subscribers, which means that very soon we're going to be doing some giveaways. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you're watching our videos all the way to the end so that you can be entered. And yeah, stay tuned for what's to come. Okay guys, so as you saw in the title, today's video is actually going to be the first video in a series of videos that I will be doing. It's going to be Insurance Explained. As many of you may know, if you know me personally, I did actually work for the best insurance company. I'm biased. I did actually work for Geico for a few years. Now I'm also going to be answering some of the questions that you guys have. So if you have any questions or you think of some questions during the course of this video, make sure that you drop them in the comments below. We'll definitely answer your question, but depending on the questions that we get, we may even be able to make that into a whole video of its own. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the basics of insurance, you guys. The first thing first is shopping around. Shopping around is definitely worth the effort. It's worth the 10 phone calls or however many phone calls you end up making, but I certainly would not recommend choosing an insurance company just because it's the cheapest, because a lot of times when you have a cheaper premium, it's because you're missing out on some of the coverages. And although those coverages may not be required by your state, they might come in handy when you really need them. So we'll talk more about the specific coverages later on in one of the other videos, but for this one, don't skimp on your insurance. Now, when you are shopping around, some of the things that you do want to keep in mind is going to be the coverages. When you're calling different places, make sure that you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to bananas. You need to have it's called a binder. That's going to show you all of the coverages that you have. Make sure that you have your policy in front of you so that you can tell that company each of the coverages that you have. Make sure that they're quoting you the same coverages, the same limits, and the same deductibles. Because if they're not, what's the point? Another thing that you want to consider when you're shopping around is going to be your discounts. A lot of insurance companies offer you discounts simply for insuring with them for longer periods of time. If you cancel your insurance with company A, company B may not offer you the same discounts because you have not been insured with them for quite as long. Also, if you decide you want to shop around for a cheaper insurance premium, don't cancel your current policy until your new policy has already began. Reason being, if you cancel your policy before your new policy begins, you are now in a lapse of insurance coverage. That will put a big red flag on your vehicle registration because insurances do report to the DMV. So guess what? Now you got a suspended license because you let your insurance lapse for 2 days. Don't nobody got time for that. Just wait until you have already found a new comparable or better insurance policy before you cancel your current. So now let's switch it up a little bit and talk about deductibles. Our favorite, you guys. You have so many options when it comes to deductibles. You can have a $0 deductible. I've seen it go up to $5,000 deductibles. Of course, I worked in the RV department. It makes more sense to have a $5,000 deductible on an RV than it does on a Toyota Prius. Deductibles are very important. Keep in mind, the higher your deductible, the lower your premium. However, the higher your deductible, the more money you have to pay out of pocket in the event of an accident. Me personally, I suggest to put those deductibles as low as you can afford. As low as you can afford. Because if something happens, God forbid, and you end up having to pay that deductible, how comfortable are you going to be coming out of pocket $2,500? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to pay no $2,500 deductible. If you are financing your car, most lien holders are going to require your deductible be $500 at most. So guys, deductibles are very important. Please make sure that you know what your deductibles are. And I encourage you to play around with your quotes and your coverages online in the app if you have it, or just give them a call and ask them, hey, what will happen if I drop my deductibles down? Because sometimes you'll find it really doesn't change your premium that much. And it's definitely worth it to have a lower deductible. Let's talk a little bit about liability. Here's a very common misconception when it comes to insurance: liability coverage. Liability coverage consists of a group of smaller coverages, such as bodily injury, property damage, medical payments, a plethora of other coverages. The coverages will differ depending on the state that you are insured in. But one thing that I want you to realize when it comes to your liability coverages, most of those coverages are not for you. For example, bodily injury, not for you. Property damage, not for you. Uninsured motorists and underinsured motorists, now that one is for you. But it'll only work for you if the person who hits you doesn't have insurance or doesn't have enough insurance to cover your damage. So my advice to you guys when it comes to liability insurance, don't settle for the state minimum. All states have a minimum liability requirement. That means this is the least amount of liability coverage that you have to have in order to be legal. Don't settle for the least amount of coverage, you guys. Because God forbid, if you hit somebody, you want to be able to pay for the damage to their vehicle or property, and you also want to be able to pay for their medical bills. Because guess what? If your insurance doesn't cover it, you're not off the hook, buddy. You got to pay for that out of your pocket. Ain't nobody got time for that. Don't skimp on your liability coverage. Now, last but not least, the premium. One of the most common questions that people ask about insurance in random conversation is, how much is your insurance? I can tell you how much my insurance is until I'm blue in the face. You can go out and buy the exact same car that I have, the exact same color, the exact same features and everything else, and we might not have the same insurance premium. Let me tell you why. A lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of things that will impact your insurance premium. Let me name a few. The most obvious factor that's going to affect your insurance premium is going to be your age. It's unfortunate, but it's true. When you're very young, i.e., less than 25 years old, your insurance premium is likely going to be very high. On the flip side, as you start to increase in age, as you become more and more elderly, your insurance will likely increase again. Another factor that's going to help determine your premium is going to be your gender. Oh my goodness. Sexism. Is that something new in America? I don't think so. Let me tell you, males generally have a higher insurance premium than females. I wonder why. Now, some states are also going to base your premium off of your credit score. Is that fair? No, it's not. However common it very well may be, because a lot of states only use your credit score to determine what discounts you may be eligible for. So, I mean, hey, if you can pop a few extra discounts on. Now, another factor that's definitely going to impact your insurance premium is going to be where you live. It's going to be the state you live in, as well as the city you live in, and even all the way down to the specific neighborhood you live in. You guys, this is very important. For example, if you live in Florida, you're probably going to have higher insurance. Why? Because Florida has the highest number of uninsured drivers. Also, if you live in New York, you're probably going to have a high insurance rate. Then you look at places like North Carolina. Notice I'm staying on the East Coast. You look at places like North Carolina. North Carolina is one of the cheapest insurance states. I wish I lived in North Carolina for the insurance, but I'm stuck in the Commonwealth, so it is what it is. So keep in mind the area that you live. Do you live in a suburban area? Do you live in a densely populated city? Where do you live at? Because that's definitely going to impact your premium. Last but not least, you guys, for this video, discounts. Oh my goodness. I cannot tell you how much money I save alone on discounts. Do your due diligence. Call your insurance company and just ask what discounts you currently have on your policy. They're either going to tell you all the discounts that you have, or they're going to tell you you don't have any discounts. If they tell you you don't have any discounts, ask them if there are any discounts that you are eligible for. If they say yes, they're going to name them off, and maybe you can save some money today. If they say no, then you might want to shop around and see, you know what I'm saying, if you can save a little bit of money. But again, if you're going to shop around, make sure you know what coverages you have. It only makes sense. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I certainly hope that you learned even a little bit from me today. Stay tuned for the next videos to come on insurance, because this is, remember, a part of a series. I'll be talking more about insurance, and I'll be going more in depth in terms of coverages, deductibles, limits, premiums, things like that. This was just kind of a basic overview, some of the basic features of insurance, if you will. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I already gave you a chance to do that, so I don't know why you didn't do it back then, but I would certainly appreciate you to just go ahead and hit that button, that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, get subscribed so that you will be alerted each time we post a new video. And as always, just kidding. Peace out. Let's find somewhere fun to go. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. So, anywho, I just want to figure out what I'm saying before I actually say it. Which means soon and very soon, we are doing giveaways. No, I shouldn't do that. The first thing that I do want to talk about, why are you in my video? If you cancel your insurance with why? It's New York. And but it'll only work for you if the person you hit, because at this point you're older and maybe you don't see as well. I'm joking. Take that out. Take that out. Where's the harm? Now, another huge factor that's going to impact your insurance premium is going to be the location where you is. Now, another where you is. We can get gangster, we can keep it cordial, how you want to go back.